Hi there, let's talk about getting your files ready to send to a professional print company. Your print company strongly prefers a PDF uh, with crop marks. Um, uh, Let me show you an example of that. I'm going to do save a copy, and we're going to choose PDF down here, and I'm going to go use the default. Goes into go into marks and bleeds and turn on just trim marks. Make sure that use document bleed setting is checked like that. We're going to save a PDF, and this is the PDF that we just made. Let's have a look at that really quick. These crop marks are what the big press machines use to actually visibly decide where to chop your piece of paper. What they do is there's a large piece of paper they print whatever your PDF is on that paper, and they chop it. And that way your image flows all the way to the edge with no white. What you can notice here is there's a huge knife that's going to go across this line vertically. This here and here, there's a large blade that's going to go wham and chop that. Those machines are very accurate, but they're not perfect. And the problem is if you don't chop that line perfectly, you could have a little bit of white showing, and I did a simulation of that. Looks good, right? Whoops. Wait a minute. The machine didn't crop perfectly, and now you have a little bit of your background image that's not extending to the edge. What do we do to prevent that? That's where bleeds come in. You probably heard the word bleeds, B-L-E-E-D-S. What you want to do in your Illustrator file is go up to File and do Document Setup. We're going to add a bleed here of 0.125. That's an eighth of an inch. Most companies I've dealt with, that's perfect. Let's turn on our guides so we can see what's going on. Let's see, View Guides. Let's show our guides. Right here is where your bleed is going to go. Let's have a look at that super quick. Do the same thing. Let's save a copy. Let's choose PDF down at the bottom. We're just going to overwrite the same file again. That's fine. Yes, we want to replace it. Let's choose Illustrator default. Marks and bleeds again. Let's turn on trim marks. I'm going to hit save. And let's have a look at that file again. This is it here. Let's have a look. You can see here how marks and bleeds are set up here. But if you notice, we haven't done anything because the background image is not extending beyond the chop mark. Okay, so let's fix that. Right here is where they're suggesting an eighth of an inch bleed. That's an eighth of an inch beyond your artboard in all directions. So let's do that. This is just a rectangle. I'm just going to extend this. Rectangles are easy because they're vector, and it doesn't matter if you overshoot it as long as you go to that mark. And let's do again. Let's save a copy as a PDF. I'm just going to overwrite the same file again. That's fine. And I'm going to do Illustrator default. Marks and bleeds, just trim marks. Make sure that this is set. Because you're telling it, I want you to use the bleeds I have set up here, which if you notice, it's 0.125. That's what you set up. That's good. Let's open that file again and have a look in preview. Okay, now check it out. This machine is going to crop right along that line, vertically and horizontally. You notice that that machine misses just a 1/16 of an inch. You're probably not going to notice it when you're holding it. But if that blade is a little crooked or it misses just a tiny tad, you have enough image here to allow for that. So let's say the machine, let's see, goes beyond this a little bit. If you can imagine a crop box drawn here, you're going to have enough image to allow for that. And same here on this page. Same thing. Let's say that image, let's say that blade machine thing chops right there. You got enough to allow for that. So this is a proper way to make a PDF. Make sure all of your background images or colors extend past the red bleed line. Remember to set that up here. You go in Document, Setup, and right here's where you put your bleeds. Lastly, to make things a little quicker, let's do Save a Copy. Anytime you send anything to print, you're going to do Save a Copy. You're going to choose PDF, and in this dialog box, what you can do is choose Illustrator Default, Marks and Bleeds, turn your trim marks on, make sure that this is on. Okay, just keep from doing this every single time because it gets a little boring. Make you a preset. Our new preset with printer bleeds. There we go. And now you just choose this. Okay, so let's go at it again. This is our document, ready to print. You're going to do File. You're going to do Save a Copy. That way you leave your original open in case you need to do anything else with it. And just going to save on top of that. Make sure you choose PDF. It's easy to forget that. Make sure you choose all your artboards if that's what you want. And I'm just going to replace that same file. And we can choose our new preset. And if you notice, all those things are already set. That's really nice. So what you get is this file is what we just exported as a PDF. Nice crop marks for that machine to see, and you have all of your you have your background extending beyond your crop marks. That way, if anything is missing, if the blade misses those crop marks just by a little bit, you've got enough image there to account for it. That is it. Hope you enjoy.